So look. Only because I know that we're gonna start with the wide right away.
Yeah.
So the surprise technically is already upon us.
Right. Yeah, that would be correct.
The surprise is in the room, and it smells really good.
Thank you.
You might want to sit down for this episode number
50.
50.
50. You know.
Gee.
DJXP, considering this is your brainchild,
Yeah.
did you see 50 episodes?
Tell the truth. Truly tell the truth.
Oh yeah,
Truly tell the truth, right?
Truly tell the truth.
Hey,
Did I see
congratulations,
it?
guys. 50.
50. That's a big accomplishment.
50.
50.
Well done.
And yo, it's what's crazy.
Cheers.
I mean, since we're talking numbers. Oh, did we tap?
We just have to do the eye contact.
We gotta. 50, episode 50, and also hip hop is celebrating 50 years.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's
there's a little nice correlation. 50.
couldn't have come up with a better.
you couldn't.
You know, couldn't
Come
make
on,
it
man.
make
That's,
it up.
That's pretty good.
So obviously, without bringing, we have a
But,
special guest for episode 50.
Yeah.
DJXP, do you want to do the honors? Because you're the guy with the radio broadcasting
No,
experience.
but I feel like it is your guest, so I feel like it would only be
That's our
customary.
guest. Hey, this is ours.
Well, she's right beside you, so proximity.
Hey, she's beside us.
The proximity effect, behooves itself. But,
Ladies and gentlemen,
yes,
Boys and girls.
children of all ages,
Finally, perfume in the room. Please, to the audience, if you got to sit down for this, please introduce yourself, your name,
Yes.
whatever name you want to go by, you know, your energy, something about yourself. Let them fill you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Let 'em know.
Okay.
Let 'em
So
know.
my name is Monique. I go by Nikki Claire Official on Instagram, and I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Trivelle invited me because I'm very opinionated.
Shit.
So I've been watching a couple of the episodes, and half of the time I'm screaming.
yeah. What are your
At
What
the
are your
screen-
thoughts? What are
at
your
the
thoughts so
screen.
far?
she's screaming.
I like it. I definitely like it. And one of the things I said to Trivelle is you need some women on this show to share their perspective.
Yep.
Because, men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Right. That's
So I'm here from Venus.
Okay, Venus is in the building.
So, speaking of Venus, let's not bury the lead, yo. Somebody come get Zion Williams out of here, please.
Oh, my goodness.
Yo, someone come get this guy, please.
Well, the injury.
Someone come get this guy.
Get him
please.
out of here. Was it?
No, come get this guy. This guy's a mess.
Wasn't the injury gods getting him out of here already? Wasn't the injury gods getting? Whoa!
Hold on, let's see what we have there.
He heard.
Is that what is that there?
That's
Why is it?
That's the Pelicans.
Again, innit?
New Orleans Pelicans.
Again in it.
That's the sign.
Yeah. What is it? What does it mean? Hold on. Let me.
Hold on. So we'll riff as we work through a technical difficulty. We'll probably
Be careful.
Because it's flashing, so it looks like there's like some kind of alert in the building.
I thought this happened last time with
alert.
the same light, innit?
Alert. And we back. See?
Remember last time you said
It did happen. No, it did happen. It was a cord. It was a.
Was it? Oh, because it wasn't pushing all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know which one. There's like.
But
1,000
someone okay. Okay, what do you think about Zion Williams? Like this whole thing.
Well,
where do we start?
Well, that's the point. Like, where do we start with him?
Yeah.
There's so much before we even get to that side. There's so much with this guy
yeah.
and his basketball career. Y'all, didn't we talk on one of the last episodes? We talked. This guy was heralded as the next face of the NBA, the next LeBron James, the next showstopper, the next sky flying, powerful, money drawing act in the sport that was about to take the mantle from LeBron because they tried to give it to a bunch of other guys that it just didn't want to take it. Mm-hmm. And here this guy, and injuries was taking him out. His shoe was taking him out.
I forgot about the shoe.
Different injuries was taking him out.
Yeah.
And while he's doing this rehabilitation and trying to get in, playing 20 games, 30 games, and he stops and he's gone for the season, back and forth and back and forth. And while he's off.
Well, he's off, yeah.
While he's not busting his ass, like, on the court.
Don't do it.
I'm not that.
Don't do it.
Why?
I see what's cooking.
When he wasn't busting because busting pause, but when he was in tomahawking that, you know what I mean? When he wasn't, what was he doing when everyone was? What was he doing?
I've been to New Orleans.
Oh, good.
It's a boring place if you don't know nobody.
I've never been. I gotta go.
What about the jambalaya and the
That's
Creole
rice?
food? Yeah.
It's a boring
like
place if you ain't been
jambalaya.
one. I think that the real through line of the story is Zion wanted a friend so bad he was willing to pay for it.
Isn't he like 22? How old is
He-
he?
he-
Like 22 years old.
He is, because
Mad young, yo.
Yeah.
the latest, well, the girl who's been causing all the ruckus, she's about, I think they said 32, so I think there's like a 10-year difference.
Yeah, there is. They said that she's
maybe
about
even
30.
more.
So what's the story? The story is that Zion was messing with a porn star?
Well, you know what? You know what's funny?
Porn
Because
star.
like I say on here all the time, I always look on Twitter, and the genesis of this thing started very positively. And I know you probably wouldn't even think that because of where the story has gone.
Oh, yeah, what was
but what actually happened was, as you know, like with a lot of these NBA stars, and I know it's like it's been 10 minutes and we're already bringing the color game, but a lot of these NBA stars like to dip in the milk. You know what I'm saying? They're milkmen, most of them. You know.
I like
You guys go ahead.
Wait,
So,
hold on.
so with these NBA players, you know, there's always this stigma of, you know, their wife being of a lighter from the land of Caucasia, you know. So every so often you see different players like LeBron James,
The king.
you know, I don't know if Chris Paul, Chris Paul,
Yes.
a bunch of them. A lot of them have black wives or whatever, but a lot of times there'll be these pictures that show up, and it'll be like a bunch of NBA players and their wives, and it's always white, mixed, white, black, white. So with Zion Williamson, the thing that was so positive was he was out. It was a picture of his baby moms and him at a gender reveal. And she was black.
Yeah.
So the picture that was circulating on the internet was like, wow, he beat the milkman allegations. Yo, shout out Zion Williamson. Like, it was praise and adoration because, and you know, it's a color thing. What are you gonna do? That's just how. That's just the way of the world. Not that there's anything with, you know, having a colorful dating history, but you know, it's just they're like, oh, why? Oh, him too. Oh, him too. Oh, come on. So it started very positive, and.
And then.
Moriah Mills,
And then.
illustrious film actress, I would say she wasn't having any of this shit. She was watching this unfold and she instantly got extremely jealous and went on a.
Was it on Twitter or was she drunk or was it Instagram?
I can't remember which medium it was on, but it was somewhere. And she just, you know, it had to have been Twitter because Twitter is the easiest one to get your thoughts out really quickly. Mm-hmm. And she just went on a train, no pun intended, for 72 hours.
What?
Well, it was like, it was probably even 3 days of just completely bashing him, saying all the sexual exploits, showing the inboxes of all the things that he was saying to her, saying, look at you, you know, I guess because she wanted something with him, he was gonna fly her out, he was gonna pay for to move her to New Orleans, like it was all of this hoopla. And from there, it just went completely left field.
The woman that he got pregnant, what did she do?
I don't know, but she was in a viral video beating this other girl's ass like about a month ago. yeah.
While she was pregnant?
Yes, they would.
Yes, she would have to have been. Yeah, she had to have been pregnant, but maybe no one knew at the time, and that was going viral in itself in a vacuum, like without nothing to do with any NBA players stuff like. So because people recognize who she was. So once this happened, it was like, oh my gosh, it's that girl. Then her history, and it's like he can't pick right no matter which way he turns. So it just became a media whirlwind. They dragged him through the mud.
Who was supposed to protect Zion from something like this?
Lauryn Hill.
No, because you think like this is a young guy who obviously, you know, a lot of these high school basketball players are very much protected.
Yeah.
They very much have handlers. Then he went to Duke, which is in the Carolinas.
Right.
I'm not gonna say nothing negative about the Carolinas, but Zion probably wasn't seeing too much of himself in that way, you know?
Yeah.
Then he goes to New Orleans. There, you know, but it's still the South.
Super.
right? It's still Louisiana, whatever that means to you.
To you, yeah. Yeah.
Like, is there a world where Moriah targeted this guy
Absolutely.
Probably.
Of course.
Yeah.
and lined him up and thought, oh yeah,
Definitely.
this is easy prey. This guy don't even know the world. I got him.
Yes. And
So now who's there to help him with that?
his penis.
All right.
That's what it's supposed to be.
But that's a really good question, though.
Yeah.
He's 22 years old. That's really young. And like you said, like you're alluding to, there's women out there that are very skilled. They are very skilled and they know who to target. And why aren't these young men who have access to this money and this fame not being guided to make smart decisions? Because these decisions are financial decisions, no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, slice it, yeah.
Right? So who?
Well, the thing is, who would you say in this situation? Like, there's got to be a community in the basketball
Parents?
world. No, at that point, no.
Let's be honest, man. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
That's what we try to do here. That you might want to sit down for this.
Young niggas with money don't want to listen to nobody.
It's true.
They do not. And on top of that, their people around them, they don't want to be the guy to
Rain on your parade.
They're eating off this guy's money. They're eating off this guy's wealth. They're eating off this guy's access. These guys, when they get money and it's out of nowhere and it's unlimited amount of funds and access, these guys, they're gonna do whatever they want. They're gonna follow this. And the guys around them are not going to, and they don't even if there was somebody, even if there was a vet on the team, or even if there was somebody that, first of all, most NBA teams don't even have those vets anymore that are there helping. We already been talked about what's going on with Ja. Like, they don't have those guys in the locker. The Heat at least have someone like that.
Udonis, yeah.
The teams don't have that anymore. And these guys in the industry right now, they're not listening to, and the older heads, even if they're around, they don't want to rain on the parade of these guys. So these women, it's actually easier for them to do it now.
Absolutely.
It's way easier. Look what happened. No, I don't know if it's a Target, but what about, what's the LaMelo Ball's brother? The other one?
Talking about Jello or LiAngelo?
Yeah, the one
the one in the league or the one not in the league?
The one that's not in the league that was in and not. He's with
Jello, LiAngelo.
Yeah, he's with another elder
statesman.
She's not elder. She's not. But you know what I'm saying?
Elder.
Like, the age gap between.
That's another elder.
No, she's not. First of all, she's not an elder. But the age gap between her
is higher,
and him is, and people also said she targeted him too. Now, hopefully, it's love, but this is happening way too often.
Yeah, no, Jello's not in the league though. It is love.
Well, he's trying to get in. He's going to get on the team.
I know a lot of guys trying to do a lot of things.
I mean,
I know a lot of guys trying to do a lot of things. I just think
dudes ain't want to listen. They don't want to listen. They're not going to listen.
Like, when I saw this, I saw a young guy with too much money. Like, hey, like, you know, how much would I have to pay you?
Yeah.
Like, it's
just paying his
all
way
the
to
signs
access.
of, I've never had this conversation before, but I want to act like I have. So this is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Like, how much do I have to pay you when you come out here? I just want to make sure that, like, we're having the conversation properly. Yo, bro,
That's exactly how he was
dirty
writing.
game. Like, it's all
That's
very.
what I'm saying. That's what
it's
I'm
all
saying.
very kiddish. It's all very like.
That's what I'm
fourth
saying.
year of college.
There's a lot of stuff happening to this guy that's making it even more easier. He's bored.
He's bored. He has
He's
a lot
not
of time
locked
on
in.
his
He's
hands.
not busy.
Yeah, but also like
His New Orleans, even that just.
like rehab and like get on the court.
Moriah also claimed to be the one to get him back in shape for what it's worth.
I'm not done. All right.
That's what she said.
Oh, you know what I hate? I hate when like
She did say that.
to take digs at you. Like, women be taking credit for stuff that like just never happened. But like now you have to answer for it.
Yo, ever since I came around, now you're clean.
Now you're clean.
Now you're organized.
Now you have a job.
Now you, yeah.
You ever
woman.
have you ever had a woman take credit for your job?
Let's have some pushback. Let's hear it.
It's possible that she's right about that. It's
But
possible.
everything?
I don't know about everything, but
Right.
it is possible. It's, men sometimes, if they see a woman they like, they'll put in the extra effort.
So is it you?
Yeah, that's right.
Don't
Get her.
Oh wait, I don't want I don't want to do this, but is it you that has taught me how to better myself, Or did I always know this and I just want to impress you? And now I'm just doing what I'm always capable of doing anyway. And I just want you to just, you know what I mean?
It's definitely something you've always been capable of doing.
Okay.
It is definitely, because that doesn't just come out of nowhere. But
right.
I definitely think I'm trying to impress. I'm trying to be the guy. But what I don't understand is have your fun, do what you got to do. This is not the typical life of a 22-year-old. I just don't understand not wrapping it up. Like, this girl is saying we had sex unprotected, and she's a porn star. Now, I mean, it's just reckless behavior, and that's the part that I just don't get. Have your fun, but why does it have to be so reckless?
Because some of these girls...
Oh, no, wait. Oh, hey. No. You know what? You take it.
No. Some girls do convince.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not giving you that. I knew that's where you were going to try and go. And I'm sorry. I'm not giving you that.
But it's happened to me.
Shut up, man. Shut up, man.
It has happened to me.
How old were you when it happened to you?
I mean, no, I'm good right now. But it's happened to me.
I'm not
they got 20, 21, 22, 23. They have done that. They've actually.
What does she have to say?
The girl
she pulled it off me. If we're gonna be real.
Oh boy.
And then see me. I have probably a little more restraint than others because I'm scared. No, because I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not I'm a hero. No, I'm a frightened hero. If you want to talk about that, I'm scared.
Well, I just want to make sure we land this properly. You're saying that most of the time, the reason why guys are having sex unprotected is because the woman is convincing them to take the condom off? Is that the line that we're going?
I don't know what the percentage is on that, but that
you guys insane?
Wait.
No.
That does happen.
No.
Yo, I have.
Come on. So it's the women?
No.
No.
It's a combination.
It's the weakness of a man. The weakness of
Samson vibes.
They're weak as hell. Okay, I'll be honest. Yo, listen, can I be honest?
But you have more to lose.
I know. So,
but now when you talk
these
about
guys
more
forget that these guys. I don't think these guys think that they're. That's what I'm saying with the jaw thing. These guys forget that they're 200-300 M's up when they're in these situations.
What's going on?
I'm just saying they forget about that. So yes, you're right. Like you should be thinking like you have this to risk.
And
but
this
these
is an
guys.
old story.
But when you're
this
thinking,
is an old story.
I know exactly.
I want to hear the story.
It's not a new story.
So you're getting busy with a woman and she says,
"Take it off."
"Oh, it's fine. Take it off."
No, she goes, wait. She's like, wait.
And you brought her off. You said, "No, woman." I have so much.
It's like, nah, hold on, wait. Nah, you don't need to use that. What are you doing? What we doing? Like, you said you feeling me, right? So
she sounds like the man in the relationship.
This is you talking.
Yo, one time I pulled out a condom and she said, "Wait, so that's what you think of me?"
Thank you, man. What are we talking about? This happens.
So
What?
take that information and do what you will with that. But that
What do you do?
is why there's a percentage.
Hold on. Yo, you guys been doing trying to Brampton. Hold on. One time you took out the condom. She says, "Yeah, that's what
Is
works."
this what you think?
This is what you think of me. So that's what I am to you.
I took her to condom. She's like, "Oh, you sleeping around? That's why you."
So to prove your point, you beat it wrong.
No. Hold on.
Wait, but why are you skipping ahead of the story?
Why is he extending my story? I didn't say anything about that. We're talking about the initialness of
the initial reaction.
Exactly, of bringing out protection, because that was this whole conversation. Why are these guys going to these women unprotected with things to lose? And I'm telling you that at the beginning of it, there are times where certain women will either pressure the guy to not use one, try to I don't know, weasel make them feel like, wait, hold on, or even during time take it off. And some of these guys don't even think straight. They're already in it. They're like, man, fuck it, all right.
Yeah, we already here.
I'll get you the plan B. I'll get you the plan B. Haven't you seen all these skits and all
Tomorrow never comes.
They go pull up to the job with the plan B.
No.
They doing this.
No, we're not doing this. We have to land this plane properly. First and foremost, if there's a percentage split, it's 95% of guys talking girls into no condom.
Thank you.
You think it's 95?
Brother,
It's a high number.
If it's not 95, it's 99.
It is not 95 or 99. It is not 95. It is not 99.
Hold on. First and foremost.
What women are we talking about?
Bruv.
What women are we talking about? Because we talking about those women.
We're putting a poll on this one.
Hold on, bruv.
But we have a woman here and she's saying something, so we have to listen. We have to listen.
Then on the plan B thing, if a man gets swindled on plan B, the man should also return to grade 3 because he's a moron.
How? And most men are morons.
That is kind of the thesis of
That's what I'm
this
trying to
entire
talk about.
section.
Like, what are we?
It is the moronic nature of
these guys
men.
up here? These guys are dumb,
Bro.
telling you.
And they just want to relieve themselves.
Wow.
Well,
It's expensive.
they're saying that the way he was moving with these women is like he was just in the inbox on OnlyFans. That's the way he was just in the Rolodex, just scrolling through, seeing who.
He's like, well,
he wanted to take porn to the 4D or to 3D.
Magic
like,
Johnson's, you know, he.
This guy needs to get on the court, B.
And that's what we're saying. That's what I started this.
What is going on?
If you're heralded and you're not busy, what are we supposed to do? What are you supposed to do when you have all this time? There's only so much New Orleans, Louisiana chicken and all this stuff we can eat.
Yo, what I will say though is that the what has happened, the shift that's happened over the years, that's
Oh boy, you heard that? Loading. T.
the shift that's happened over the years
yeah.
of the type of men that women are allowing to get them pregnant has gone the other way as well, though. I'm seeing some like real loser guys get girls off these streets, which I think is crazy.
Well, thank you, Trivelle.
If I'm being honest about that, so I don't know. I'm not caping to your condom point,
but that
I'm
is a
seeing
part of
lot
it. That is a part of
I'm seeing
it.
a lot of top A1 women get breeded by bums.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm sure it'll be.
That's the point right there.
So
that
I
is
don't
it.
know. All right, what, like you have your friend group. I feel like there was a period of time where for a girl to hold a man's youth, it's like, yo, it's a win for me. Mm-hmm. I feel like that is over now. I'm seeing girls get pregnant and it's a loss. I'm seeing lost pregnancies.
I think you're just. I think your world.
Really lost
Exactly what I'm talking about.
You just lost.
I'm seeing a lot of lost pregnancies these days. I'm seeing where it's like, yo, honestly, this girl had her whole life ahead of her, yo.
Yes.
Which just goes back to, it would most likely be him trying to convince her that this is a great thing to happen because he is going to benefit. A lot of men feel like, I want to keep you in my life forever and this is the best way to do it.
Especially the girl that he had the child with, like
Yeah.
that for Zion, in terms of that woman that he took the picture with. Obviously, he was happy about that specific situation. So, yeah,
I mean, it's
possible.
in that situation. Of course, she's gonna win. I don't.
if you want to attribute that to
Yeah.
winning, yeah.
What is it that goes though into this film star being so upset that he's having a child? Like, why doesn't she just keep it to herself? Like, do we have any theory on that? Like, why?
So apparently, her films have really done well since she has
Okay.
come out.
Everything's a rollout.
Okay. So it's part of, she ruined a man's life as part of her rollout.
I mean,
New album
and
comes
maybe
soon.
there's a lot of what maybe she caught feelings. I don't know.
I definitely think she caught feelings.
She caught feelings, and there was also something for her to gain from it because now everyone's like, "Who's this?"
That is absolutely. I think she's killing multiple birds.
Yeah, with one stone.
with one stone.
Yeah.
Like, I think she wanted to be. Listen, at the end of the day, these women, when they see an NBA player,
Yeah.
for the most part, they see it as a way out of their situation. They see it as a leveling up, skipping a bunch of steps,
Definitely.
getting to a place that they haven't been. So she wanted that situation to be her. In fact, she even said, "You better hope that I'm not pregnant." That
right.
was literally what she said,
Yeah,
which
'cause
means
I'm
they've
late.
had unprotected sex many of times.
This is what I mean. So we're having multiple unprotected sex.
Situations,
Like-
and putting yourself in that situation.
Yo, they're
yeah.
freaks.
No, it's not even freaks. What's Zion thinking?
He's just like, yo,
Bro, you've never.
I'm a super.
Anyway, it's fine.
It's not fine.
No,
But I
like
hear
you've never like, you know, like,
Yeah.
and then thought to yourself, I don't really trust this woman. Like, what's this guy doing?
They forget and they go on.
Post nut clarity, man.
Why are we gonna act like everyone has
How often does it
a
happen?
moment of clarity every time?
Everybody does have a moment of clarity.
They do,
Well,
but
they-
I've never met a
what
man.
goes-
I've never met a man who busted a bag and didn't think, yo, that one might have been risky, and waits the 30 days. I've never actually. I know every guy I know has a 30-day I waited story.
Yeah, and then they go, I haven't heard anything, so I'll just carry on my day.
Yeah, because ignorance is bliss. What do you mean?
Ignorance is bliss. I'm
If
gonna
I didn't see
disappear.
it, I don't know
Then they
it.
get the phone call, and it's all a big surprise, right? No, it's not mine. Then we got to do the return. Then we got to this and DNA and blah 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 blah. It's like you don't remember that time where you had that moment where you were a little iffy. I got busy. And when you see a bill and you're like, I'll pay that one later. It's coming.
It's still there.
Got some things to do. I'll get to. And then it's too late.
And I think back, is this one of those moments that you think is unique of the Black experience?
I was thinking, I was going down that road. I was going down that road in my mind.
Take a drink.
I remember a couple episodes we were talking about stuff that like is in our culture, stuff that's not in other culture. So I hear a story like this. Yes, there's universal. Oh man, wrap it up. Be safe. Protect what you have. There's all these universal talking points.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if we go a level further. Is this something? Does this feel like a story that only happens in the Black community? If the answer is yes, why? Why is our young multimillionaire kid, bro? This entire draft class is a mistake, bro. It's Zion and Ja.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole draft
2019 is an absolute
It's an aberration.
shambles. Yeah. Someone actually played that Twister song that plays at the end of one of those movies. You know the movies where they show the niggas doing stuff and then it pauses and then it says, this player was locked in and put into jail for the next 25 years. Like, it had that.
It was hopeful.
Yeah, the hopeful record. So they had that and they had the whole 2019 draft class just showing all the different things that happened to them.
Bro, the whole
RJ
draft
Barrett was in that one, right?
Yeah,
RJ Barrett's in that
and
one.
he just said he's Canadian.
Yeah,
that was the negative
they
thing they
said he's
said.
the reason.
No, but he's back now,
He's
though.
the
I think
reason
he
why
got
all
paid. He
this.
got paid.
He's the reason that all the smoke is Canadian. All the smoke that's happened to New York and the States. They said
Right.
that's,
Oh, okay, that's his
that was
fault.
his contribution. It's him.
Got it. Okay.
Being a
So,
Canadian,
that's
you know, they always find a way to bring a Canadian.
But yeah, you're asking an important question.
Is this truly a Black culture issue? I think about like our heroes, man. Zion's in this position. John Morant's in this position.
All right, where are you going?
Drake was in this position.
Yeah.
Oh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in this position.
wait.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What about Tristan? It wasn't Tristan.
Tristan's self-sabotage. That doesn't count. Tristan's just from Brampton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, he was playing and he was played.
No, but like, okay.
I think it is-
Zion couldn't keep this in quiet for 2 seconds. Do you guys remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger kept a 14-year-old child hidden from the world for 14
From
years?
his wife too, no?
Yeah.
Like, can we just throw it out there? Like,
Forget the world.
I forgot
I was
about
recently
that.
watching the documentary on Netflix, which is why I remember this story.
Yeah.
But I think it's so interesting to think. Arnold Schwarzenegger pumped a maid
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God,
impregnated
I didn't
her.
even know it was a maid.
And had the child.
They're made. Not just
Oh, and it
a
was-
maid.
oh, okay.
They're
Bro.
made.
Said, let the maid take the mat leave and come back to work. Now.
You know what?
The maid worked for them for 20 years, blood. It was to the point where when it came out in the therapy counseling session, the wife asked about the boy by name. He goes, Joseph, you're a youth dog. You know what I'm saying? And the man was not even in the session saying, yo, let me figure it out. The man said, yes, it is. I'm ashamed of myself.
Wow.
Bruv.
You know
and
what?
these men can't keep things quiet. Push a T.
But I think maybe it's not a color issue. Maybe it's just a generational thing. Maybe it's the newer stuff now.
Could be.
And who they're hooking up with. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, all sorts of niggas, he hooked up with his maid.
Yeah.
So, but Zion is hooking up with people that have professional lives in the adult entertainment industry. I think that's different. Like the way that it's gonna come out is gonna be a lot sooner. And you have a bunch of people on the internet that are finding this information out, even if you don't want it out. I think it's a little bit different now. Everything's connected. Everything, you know what I mean? It's a different.
It might be both though.
It's a different world.
It might be cultural and generational. Because I don't know, I just feel like other cultures
I don't see
they hide their mess better. Like they don't everyone
Zion
has mess.
didn't get the memo.
Who didn't get the memo?
Zion.
Yeah.
He didn't get the memo because I think there's like rules of engagement with these things. You know, I'm
as
sure
what?
Arnold said to the maid,
Exactly.
I'll-
Exactly.
"Look,
Yeah, you're awesome.
There you go.
But we can't do this.
you
Gotta do this on the down low.
here's your account.
Take these funds.
You'll be fine. The child will be fine." And shh.
And she
did. And she
and they
But the thing is women used to be very.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
There's
say
smoke.
That was not.
And this is a point only a woman can make.
Yeah.
That was not a thing to be a man's mistress or to have his baby outside. She was probably very ashamed and she probably wanted it to be kept a secret as much as he did.
Okay.
Right. So you were saying back in the day, women had.
Shame.
Them
Yeah,
up, shame.
shame. You didn't watch A Handmaid's Tale?
Shame.
There's no shame.
So you're saying bring back shame.
Bring back some
there's a-
shame.
Bring back shame is a hashtag.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Shame.
This, you're shaming me. Yeah, like we don't shame. Maybe we need to.
we don't shame.
We don't
Not
shame.
anymore.
A healthy dose of shame is okay.
Yes.
Just a little bit, including your diet. It's
I'm ashamed of you.
So you think it's a lack of shame? People are just boldly taking steps that they shouldn't take, and it is a lack of shame that's having them come out proud. Because
Yes.
I'm about to say something. I just want to say
No,
it very
it is.
delicately. I've been
Yes.
flirting with saying this for a little minute.
Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Go ahead.
Zoom in on
Okay, so
Trevelle's face.
the
Zoom in.
I think that there's a lot of female entrepreneurs who exist on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of them. Anyone that's successful.
And I think that there's a quadrant of successful female entrepreneurs, existing on OnlyFans that are capitalizing on sexuality.
100%.
That would be majority. Yeah.
I wonder in how many eras of our history
Yeah.
it would be okay to openly date a woman who was in said industry.
Right.
I think only today.
Like we got
Yeah.
like rappers, basketball players,
yeah.
like businessmen, my girl does only like podcasters,
Yeah.
which is our new media guys.
Yeah.
Bro, this would be like Larry King, like claiming a porn star as his thing. Like that's what we're on. Like if we're being
Yeah.
real, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's positive or negative. I'm just thinking that shows a shift in our society.
Definitely.
Oh, okay, I see where you're going.
Because in the 90s, I don't know that Larry King could have done that. David Letterman could have done that. Jay Leno could have done that. You know what I mean? But now these guys are like wifing OnlyFans.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Really?
And that's part of why they're probably not ashamed. Because what's the difference?
Yeah, what's the
now?
shit? Yeah.
Where, there isn't a hierarchy.
We're in the
anymore.
era of not to be ashamed of whatever we want to do,
Whatever.
however you want to look, however you want to
Yeah.
dress, whatever you want to proclaim
your
you are.
authentic self.
Your authentic self. So how could there be shame?
Yeah,
now?
Yeah. It's
shame in
impossible.
that that's
If
minimal.
you
That's
try to
very
even
low on
shame
the
someone,
scale.
they're like, you're in trouble for trying to shame someone because you're like, what do you mean? That's me.
Well, I had an interesting thought process because I was watching this woman get interviewed by Piers Morgan. She OnlyFans entertainer.
Okay. Yeah.
Piers Morgan said, "How are you gonna feel one day your kids are gonna look at this stuff?" And she says, "My kid can cry in a Ferrari." That's today. That's 2023.
Yeah.
Man, like 5 years ago, another adult entertainment actress, Lana Rhoades, had a child, had it in secret and in hiding. And when they asked her, "Hey, how are you gonna feel?" She goes, "I'll have to explain it. I'm probably not too proud of it." You think, probably what would be 10 years ahead of time when people used to ask Kim, "How you gonna explain your tape?" "Oh, I'm not happy about it. It's gonna be a hard." The entire episodes of the Kardashians are her bawling her eyes out. Like,
Yeah.
So when I'm tracking it, even just from looking at the response of, I don't want to say shame, but like women are responding differently to these things now.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes, they
I
are.
wonder what the shift is. Is the shift how men see it or how women are seeing it themselves?
I think
What do you think?
And I agree with whatever you're about to say.
Of course. I think there is a bit of both. I don't think there's one, I don't think can happen without the other.
Okay.
Right? So just that one can't happen without the other. So men are legitimizing these women, right? Men are legitimizing them.
Okay,
So
I can see that.
So the fact that you're legitimizing her, and that was part of the shame. You're not legitimate. Your child's not legitimate. Like these are the bastard were
yes,
the words
yes,
that
exactly.
were
Oh,
yeah.
used.
Oh, yeah, no,
yeah.
Home wrecker, all of these
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Now I think even for a lot of wives, it's just a part of what comes with
Yes.
being it's a part of the territory.
Yeah.
So it's not even shameful. I actually realized this watching Scandal. I was conscious of the fact that they were making the mistress the good person. Like you look at Olivia in Scandal and you didn't hate her. You actually started hating his wife. Right?
Yeah, she's
And
the
this
home
was-
wrecker.
And this started to
Because these two
play.
people love each other.
Yeah. They romanticized this man, this president, cheating on his wife. So I just think that you can't have one without the other. Men have to legitimize women. And if they start to legitimize, then women are not going to feel shame.
Do you think women on a whole feel like men have to legitimize women? Because I don't disagree with the concept of what you've said. But in execution, I don't see too many women who feel like the legitimization of a man. And again, I know that we're speaking through a heterosexual matrix, right? So we acknowledge that. I don't see too many heterosexual women feeling like the legitimization of a man matters to them. That's why I see a lot of girls messing with doughboys. So I see a lot of girls messing with drug dealers.
But that's always been the case.
Yeah, but the girls who were messing with drug dealers knew there was a clock on this game. They weren't thinking it was longevity. They knew they were in. I know I see girls messing with dope boys thinking, yo, if he gets wrapped up, I'm out. Thinking they can just cut. It's a different game that we're playing now.
With that, it's not the profession, it's the power. So I personally think, I've always thought that women, like I'll hear, sometimes men will say women like bad guys. They like bad boys, right? And it's not that they like bad boys, but if you are think about if you're in the hood, right? You are going to naturally gravitate to who is the most powerful. Not that I like the fact that you're selling drugs. I like the fact that you can
provide protection.
Right.
Bro, that's the prettiest way I heard.
Yeah,
I heard a woman admit I dated. That's the prettiest way I've ever heard.
That's what it is. Boy. Because once she moves in a different circle, right, and her circle, so to speak, elevates, right, she's not going to want the dope boy anymore.
She wants the power.
She wants the power. She's going to want to be with the one who's the king. Yeah. Who's the king? Whether it's...
So you're saying a woman wants the man. She wants a man.
She wants the best she can
where
do.
He's
That's
the
right.
man.
That's right.
She'll even in movies and stuff. These dope boys that these women fall for, they eventually want them to legitimize, like convert, like in
Except for Tasha.
Tasha was not about that life.
I always feel like, unpopular opinion, Tasha lost Ghost in episode 1 when he said, when we met, what do you think I was going to be? And she goes, the biggest goddamn drug dealer in the world.
Absolutely.
I got to get out of here.
She's an anomaly. She's definitely an anomaly.
I love her.
Yeah.
She don't know me.
Yeah, she's an anomaly.
Yeah.
They want them to usually legitimize. I was also, I thought, because when you were bringing up what you're saying about women in terms of the last point.
Yeah.
Because I wrote it down.
Wanting power?
Yeah, I think also, like in today's era and time, I think there's like something that I've seen get thrown around a lot is like the sexual liberation of women. Like just even the fact that they're able to, like when I hear a lot of these Onlyfans women speaking, they like the fact that they're able to use their body and make money, but on their terms. Like because if you look at the industry that they're in, before, it's something you're working for a company, you're working for, exactly. And now they can do it on their own time. They can do it their own way. They can take pictures of their feet. They can do, you know what I mean? They have more control over that. And that kind of even spills over into music too, with hip hop, like the rise of woman-centered hip hop that's happened in the last, I want to say 5-6 years. Like, with Nicki Minaj has been doing it for a while, but like Cardinal B and
why'd you call her Cardinal B?
I don't know. What's the Meg the Stallion, like City Girls, like with their very sexual, with their sexually driven lyrics, like they're doing it in a way where it's on their terms. It's not because a man like Jay-Z is writing the lyrics like he did for Foxy or whatever, but it's on their terms. They're doing it to show that this is a new time. It's reflecting. I mean, one of the biggest songs now, "Sexy Red," my something pink, my booty hole brown, like that's going off. Like,
sorry, I've never heard that song.
You ever heard it? Pound Town?
No, I don't.
I wish we could play it.
No, it's okay.
But I can't. No, but listen. I didn't understand it at first too. Like, and Nicki just did like the remix. This girl who's kind of going viral, her name is Sexy Red on stuff. But just when I see it in play in like public and I see women's reactions, I understand. They're tired of the male dominated patriarchy of all this music and just society. So when something like music, which really is an indicator of where society is headed, even Beyonce in one of her songs, she's like, I might start an OnlyFans. Like that's like a shift in the conversation of, it's not just, sex is whatever. Because when a lot of these men are dealing with sex, a lot of it is power, is power over these women, and just being able to do whatever you want, however you want. But now it's like women are saying, yo, we're taking back that stuff that you had over us. So I think that's an interesting thing to watch when it comes to like music and society, just seeing that shift. They're being their own bosses now, You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. There's a woman here. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's money.
well, I mean,
Money.
but now it's money,
money.
that is in their control of
Whoever
making,
has the money.
and not requiring necessarily the man to do that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Still money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like some of the salaries I hear some people quote from OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, big bags.
That's actually
Big bags.
crazy.
And they pay. And these dudes, they pay.
Like I'm
Yeah.
hearing some women, some women in six figures, but I've heard like
No, way more.
no,
Well,
way more.
yeah, well, yeah,
I
that's-
heard
yeah, the
what's
ones
her
that are-
name? Black China was saying she was making millions a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The IRS
What's her name?
stopped that.
Baddie, what's it? Bad Barbie?
Bad Baby, the
Bad Baby?
rapper,
Who's
that?
the white rapper.
She makes. It's
Like Superman.
It was like stupid. It was like it was like they
She's one of
threw
the
they threw a
highest-
50 pack around
It's like it's
About how much she
it's up.
because of a lot of perverted men who are waiting for her to turn of age and then watch
sorry?
your content. Well, because she was younger.
She was 17 when they were waiting for till she turned 18.
She's the girl that remember to Catch Me Outside.
Not bad-
How about
who's
that?
Bad Bark? That's Bad Baby or whatever?
Yeah, Bad Baby. Yeah.
Baby.
Okay, she's
Catch Me
OnlyFans?
Outside. How
Yeah.
how about that?
The
Yeah.
day that she, I wish I had this.
What do you
When
mean?
she
Like
opened-
OnlyFans, like doing explicit content OnlyFans or like talking?
I don't know how explicit. I didn't
I don't know. I didn't log
subscribe.
in.
I didn't subscribe. It was too much when I checked.
Understand, guys, you don't know what's on there.
No, it was too expensive when I checked. It was like $50.
If it ain't on Reddit,
If it ain't on Reddit, forget it.
if it ain't on Reddit, forget it.
That's trying to get canceled. I've never seen such a concerted effort to get you.
Sometimes you got to get with the consortiums, you know. Yeah, but no, yeah, she cleared a lot of money on that.
She's up.
Yeah, most definitely.
Just off the power of explicit content.
Yeah, and the I guess
And the
there's a
fantasy
certain
of it,
yeah, they've been waiting like, oh, she's
the
at age,
access.
like those guys that redliner girl. Oh, I can't wait till you turn. Now I'm not saying that I know about that,
like
but I'm
Marcus
saying
is
that there is that. Like even Tyga with Kylie, I'm just friends with her, and as soon as she was of age,
Lies.
they were all of a sudden dating, all of a sudden a
Lies.
fully fledged relationship. So it's like you were obviously waiting, and that's
I do think there is a segment of women who are tired of being harshly judged
Yeah.
for the same act that men
Do. Yep.
do. So there is that component to
Absolutely.
it. Women feeling it's very unfair.
Absolutely.
There's a double standard.
absolutely.
So
Always.
I do think there is that, empowerment, so to speak,
Yeah.
where I don't care,
Exactly.
the labels you place on me if I'm doing the same thing y'all are doing. But essentially with this thing, it's money.
But it's an overcorrection, like we talked about
Yes.
a couple episodes ago. Like I think, like you have to understand, like because there's a boom and the pandemic, man, years from now, we're really going to see that the pandemic really
Listen.
dictated a lot of where
we
life
are
is.
today, yeah.
But them being stuck in a room, stuck in the house, only having their camera and their internet connection, really made them realize. And when they started seeing, oh my God, this is how much I'm making from, like, I don't need y'all niggas.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and then it just, and like I said, with music and all these different things, it just continue compounding, and you're just seeing it in all facets. We always talk about we've always talked about Tory Lanez on this thing. I just heard some more information. But probably by the time that this comes out, I think they will have sentenced him. I heard that they're looking at like the prosecution is looking at 13 years.
13, yeah.
That's how much they want to give him. So I think the maximum is what? Is it 25 or 30, something like that?
I know
But-
it was like 20 something.
it was 20.
22
right?
or something.
And they're writing letters and doing all their diligence and crossing their T's because they want it to be 13. Now, as a woman, finally, we have a woman here. Like the whole situation, okay, let's assume that he did that shit. Okay? Let's just under the guise. I'm not saying that he did or didn't because I'm not judge, jury, or executioner, but
On purpose, like what he did. What if he did on purpose, or like?
but
just,
what is purpose?
the story when they said "dance, bitch, dance" and he was doing that. That's the
You know-
purpose one, or is it the?
He's an artist. He could have said dance, bitch, dance. Maybe there was music on and he just wanted her to get jiggy with the vibes. I don't know. But
Don't say that.
my question is, like, how do you feel, like, from a woman's standpoint, how do you feel about how this whole thing has unfolded? And do you feel like he's being treated fairly? Do you feel like that is a good enough time? Do you think it's not enough? Like, what are your overarching thoughts about it?
I think of 50, whatever they said he did.
He did that shit.
Whoa, kidding.
He did it. He did it. I knew he did it from the very beginning. I knew he did it.
No kidding.
He did it. He did it. And I hope he gets the maximum time. And I hope he gets the maximum time because he went so hard. He had a live. Okay, he did not act guilty, remorseful at all. He went and God. He brought God into it.
Yeah.
And my fans and you guys are gonna see.
Yeah.
I hope he gets everything. And I guess for me, right?
Yes, because it's about you. Yes.
I'm happy that Megan got vindicated, so to speak. Because it was like, which victim lies about who victimized them? Like, why? What would be the story?
No, but that's not. Hold on.
No, but hold on. But let her land what she's saying first.
What would be
the reasoning?
A legitimate reason to say someone who didn't shot me, and the person who didn't, and they're just out. What would give me? Why would I do that?
Like, go ahead. It could be because.
It's a lot of reasons.
I'm not gonna answer this because the thing is, there is a reason, but it's a reason. Like,
you don't want to go there.
It's not that because I don't disagree that he's guilty of something. We've had this conversation before.
Yes, we definitely.
So I don't want my point to be misunderstood as like I'm defending Tory. But I also don't want to make it seem as if we don't like victimizers don't lie
all the time,
or victims don't lie.
Yeah.
Every victim statement isn't the truth.
No. That is
and
understood.
for a woman who was highly intoxicated,
isn't that-
ridiculously inebriated. We need to even give grace to her coming out with the facts play by play.
Yeah, it's a little.
I don't think Tory did it because of what Megan said, to be honest. I think Tory did it because of the I think Tory did what he did because of the sum total of the evidence. The guy in the balcony who said, I saw a group of. For me, I was like, okay, Tory got to go for a little bit when a dude from a balcony, very sober, said, I saw 3 people beating on a poor girl on the floor and then dragging her to a car.
Yeah, that's the part that
I thought that was preposterous.
Yeah.
Up until then, I was like, nah, he might have to go because I did believe it could have been the friend who shot her. I did believe that.
Me too. I did
believe the friend could have shot her.
Okay, but why?
Why did I believe the friend could have shot her? Because I thought they were probably liquored up, turned
They were.
up.
They were.
And I think that on that day they found out that they were both pumping Tory.
They did
short,
find that
5 foot something man was shirtless, talking like he was untouchable.
So why wouldn't she say that?
Why wouldn't? Okay.
Why wouldn't Meg say it was my ex-friend who shot me?
No, see,
because it's her. That's a very good question. Because it's her ex-friend at that point.
Yeah, why would I say that?
She has no reason to protect this woman at that juncture.
So being 156,000% clear, what we can't forget is Megan did not say Tory shot her on the day.
No, she didn't.
She said it after receiving what? Anybody? Advice and counsel from who?
Rock Nation, you'll crumble for this.
So I'm not. Let's not do that. Meg
can't
sat
do
with
that.
a couple of lawyers, despite what she wanted to do, and somebody probably looked at her and said, "Yo, Meg, all this gonna stop if you don't follow this script." I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying, could we see a world where?
Of course. How did she start the story? She said she got blood, or she got her foot cut from stepping on glass. That's how this whole thing started.
Right.
So flipping it is like, if my friend shoots me, and we're ex-friends because you were pumping my butt, at the end of the day, like, I've known you for years, I don't really want you to go there.
Yes.
And you shot me, I'm gonna say the glass hit me. I'm not gonna say that you shot me because you're my dog. Like, we're not talking about, but get out of here.
Yeah.
Then when I come back and the label says, honestly,
no, you want your career? Do you want your career? Do you?
So someone shot you, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's either the security guard who's on duty, your friend,
That you don't want to get in trouble.
Or this Brampton man
That you don't love.
I love the fact
that
that
was
you bring up
pumping
Brampton.
you.
What's wrong with
pumping your friend.
How do they do that, man?
And that was at the party trying to pump our next thing. The man has
he was
no
there
care
trying-
for you at all.
So what was he apologizing for?
Yeah, when Trivelle Simpson.
Wait. Now you could being drunk, being belligerent, being
drunk, letting it get out of hand.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I was drunk. I'm so sorry. I can't even.
If I shot somebody, I'm not calling to say I'm so sorry. I'm coming to your house. I'm doing.
I'm so sorry.
You shoot somebody, you're leaving a voicemail. Let me tell you something. If you shoot me in the foot, don't ever leave me a voicemail. I'm sending people for you.
No,
Because that's insane. You don't rock.
Isn't this? Aren't we talking about the conversation that he had when he was in jail?
Yes,
with the
exactly.
friend?
So I don't know.
What
so I don't
were
know.
you so Like I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm not that.
This is when
sorry.
he was-
I'm drunk with friends. Like
Exactly.
I'm sorry that it got to this level of
I'm
hostility.
So you're injured. I know that you're okay. I'm just throwing.
I don't know the extent of
I
your injury.
have to look down the camera because this is the type of thing that get you in trouble. This is me just giving a
Hypothesizing.
scenario. Like,
That's it.
I don't. This is not what I think happened. I'm just throwing out a possibility.
This is T Styles, not Trivelle.
None of this is real.
I'm in the bin right now. I'm sobering up, and I'm like, yo, I was crushing this girl. I was crushing her friend.
And-
I was trying to go crush Kylie. I brought the stick into the car. The friend went crazy, shot her. And then we all ganged up on Meg to drag her back in the car because Meg is drunk and bigger than all of us except for the security guard.
Okay.
Like,
Rude.
man,
What happened?
Man, I'm so sorry about all of this. Look at us now. Look at us now. We made the media. We made the news. Like our private business is on road. This is gonna be on Media Takeout. This is gonna be on all the blog. Yo, I'm so sorry that we even got here. Like on the real, you were my friend from long. I never even should have done you like that for us to be even in this position.
Yeah.
This shouldn't have been how you found out. Man, I shouldn't even have brought the stick into the car because I think it was his stick. He said, right?
I don't know if we ended up finding out for sure.
So, like, man, I shouldn't even have had you in that environment. Yo, that's on me. Dang, yo, I know I was drunk, but I wasn't drunk enough for us to get all the way like that, where shots are being fired in the air in a neighborhood, because that's something that the witness said, where it's like, he's outside and he's emptying the clip up in the sky, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, the whole thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
Whatever they
You
said.
are the same type of
He
juror
did.
that sent Elizabeth Holmes to prison, bro.
He did that.
But he did. But when he keeps he did that. It's that he. When you say that,
You think
what
that he shot her?
Like he shot her on like he
What
did
did you
that.
say?
Like,
Because what is purpose?
What is on purpose?
And
because
that's
my
that
man
was.
is saying he's shooting
What
up in
is
the sky,
on
doing
purpose?
fireworks and shit, right? Bullets ricochet. I don't know what's going. I don't. This
But the
story
net
just sounds too wild, man.
Right, but
I
the
don't know.
net result is the same, that
Yes.
she was shot. So
he did that.
So Monique, in that breath, would you?
What's his charge? What's the actual?
There you
What's the
go.
actual
Reckless
charge?
use of a firearm, I think, is what he got charged for.
Is that all it was?
No,
Yeah.
there was
There's
three.
more. I think there was more.
three.
Yeah, there was a couple.
There was three.
Let me see.
I think it was unlicensed.
Yeah,
Unlicensed
something like that.
possession of a firearm.
Yeah.
There was reckless discharge of a firearm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think there was.
third
Okay,
one-
personal use of a firearm.
Yes.
Carrying a loaded gun, unregistered firearm in a vehicle,
Something about bodily
personally inflicted great bodily
harm.
injury.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, based on those things, he
guilty
did
of
that.
those.
Yeah, they the charge
And that's why
the
court is
charge
really
right.
tricky.
Because they
Court
didn't
is
say attempted
really
murder.
tricky.
Like maybe
Right.
it wasn't.
So,
you know.
okay, but so he did.
Go ahead.
I
No.
don't want to take. Does he need 20 years for this?
Bro.
So if you were Monique, if you were the judge,
Because I'm asking, I would.
how much would you think? Let's say it was an accident. Let's say the firearm discharged. They were fighting
But
with
he
it. And then
didn't
pop, pop,
say
pop,
it
pop.
was an accident,
say
and
that.
there's no remorse.
Who didn't say it was an accident?
Tory.
They are gonna get him.
They said I didn't do this.
But what about all
But-
three people's
but
stories
that's-
is not clear. Though.
but he's
Yeah,
saying
that
I
has to
didn't-
that has to come into play here. All three of their stories are not clear.
It doesn't have to be clear if they can show
Without a reasonable doubt.
he is the one that shot her. Like that's what we're here for. Did you?
But there's
Well-
there's shit's-
Well, we're here for personal use of a firearm, a loaded, unregistered, and
I
personally
do
inflicted
agree
great
with
bodily
Trivelle
harm.
that we don't actually know everything because there's
Yeah.
definitely things that there's some people don't want.
they all lied. at
Yeah,
some
yeah,
point.
yeah,
All
yeah.
three of
There's
them.
something they
lying
don't want.
and not remembering because of inebriation and all that.
Yeah.
and changing their story. Like
For
all
sure.
of this happened. So
That's
that's
why
why
I'm
I'm
like, if I'm in the bin and I shot you, I'm not calling to apologize. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like,
But you shot a girl and you didn't mean to.
I'm not calling
but I'm
from
not
the
calling
bin
to apologize.
Apologize. No, I'm with him on that.
I'm getting
That
lawyered
doesn't
up
make no sense.
early.
No.
But
He
you know
didn't
that-
apologize to Meg though. It was wasn't
her
it-
friend.
It was the friend.
It was a friend he called?
Yeah, they were on. Yeah.
He didn't
Oh,
call,
wait, I thought-
he
so it
called
wasn't-
Meg and left the voicemail.
No, well the
call
conversation
was with the girl.
The
Like, he left a
conversation that was
message for Meg.
leaked. The conversation that was leaked
Was
was
with the girl.
with the friend
Yeah.
and him apologizing.
That's them on the call. But I think
That's
he
on.
left a message.
To
for
me,
Meg.
that was the nail in
Okay,
the
yeah, it was
coffin. for
Kelsey. It
Tory.
was Kelsey. Yeah,
Yeah, he was on
in
the
the
line.
audio.
Yeah.
Lanes was heard speaking with a call with Megan's
Yeah.
former friend, Kelsey.
He asked if Meg was all right. We do in the call. I remember hearing that part.
So
I don't
you-
remember the details, but it,
Yeah, I heard
it
that
sounded really.
Dang, yo, he was talking to the friend and apologizing?
Yeah, he didn't know he was being recorded because it was a.
He's also
it's leaked.
Canadian, so he doesn't know how the American justice system works.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just there for the games.
Oh,
and
that's
the
another
music.
thing. Do we think he's going to be deported?
Has
Yeah.
to be.
Yes.
No, he would be deported, but I heard he'd be deported after serving the time.
Okay.
And depending on, I guess, the final gavel, I guess they will decide if he'll be, I don't know if it's banned. I don't know if he'd be banned
From the US.
But maybe something will be restricted. There'll be some sort of restriction that will prohibit him from working. So he'll become
In the States.
In 10 to 20 years, he'll be touring internationally only, would be, you know, like Sean Kingston.
I mean, it sucks for him. It sucks for him
That's just a
because, I mean...
Yeah, no, it's...
Yo,
yeah.
you don't care.
It actually does suck because Tory was on his way. Like, I mean...
He was there.
He was there.
It was like, here. And,
I just want to know.
And I do think it was whatever happened that night, it was just stupidity. Like, really...
and that is the net result.
It wasn't anything to shoot anybody over. So
Absolutely not.
I feel bad for him.
People do stupid things
Somewhat.
every day. And some people's punishment for their stupidity is worse than others or can haunt you for the rest of your life. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's what these young men really need to hear. Like,
Oh boy.
let's bring it back to full circle.
Yeah, no,
that's a fact. That's
It's true.
the
I know
point.
that is part of it. Yep.
Everybody act stupid. Do what you want. How do you feel? Oh, this is how I feel right now. Fuck it. Shooting the gun in the air. Oh, I want to do this to this girl with no one thinks about the repercussions. No one thinks about tomorrow. Nobody thinks about none of that shit because it's live life, live free, have fun. Who's gonna tell them? I don't know. They don't look at. They don't. Nobody looks at the elders or the influencers or the people up there who show a better way to do things. People are not looking at Beyonce going, yo, I gotta move like how she moved. They're not looking at, I gotta move like Jay-Z. They're not looking, I gotta move like LeBron. They're not, nobody's thinking about
they're
that.
like, fuck them niggas,
LeBron
I'ma do it
got
my
with his
own way.
high school sweetheart and kept her the whole time. Like, some people, they get money, they're buying them. Some people never had
Yes,
a girl in
Trivelle, I know where you're going, but
I'm just saying, you know it and we
nothing
know it.
came out.
Some dudes that never got girls when they were broke.
Whoa.
and that's
Yo, are you okay?
And but that's
who
the
are you
truth,
attacking,
though.
bro?
That's the absolute truth.
that is what they're saying
That's
with
the
Y'all
absolute
dudes that
truth.
couldn't get a
Circle
girl when y'all was broke. And when y'all got money, you act a fool. They act like they never
you
seen
start
a baddie
picking them out
before.
like you're at a grocery store.
No.
That's a fact.
No.
It's true.
We also have to throw out that, like, as you work through the tiers of women, the game gets, like, it's like racing. The faster you go, this is a high stakes game. It's not that these guys couldn't get girls; they just couldn't get these type of.
Nah,
girls.
I don't believe.
But once you reach a certain dollar value, you don't want Moriah Mills. You don't want Moriah Mills when you're reaching a certain dollar amount, because now it's not just about how good she looks and how much ass injection that she got, which actually brings me to my next point.
No, because if you're a big enough man, you legitimize your woman day one, so you don't care anyway.
Yeah, but like you were talking about tiers, you were talking about tiers. Like, you have to start looking at a different class of women when it comes to putting your penile devices in places where it can get you jammed up. You just got to start moving differently. You got to start getting these agencies. I'm sure there's companies that can get you these girls to have a discreet time if that's what you really want to get your rocks off.
They're not thinking about all that.
Because they're thinking, I'm going to do it myself. I got the bread. I'm the man. And fuck all this shit.
Things before. I don't know how to. They just throwing themselves at me. I'm gonna dive in.
Yeah. And anyway, I was gonna segue into, because we're talking about women and getting things done. You heard about DC Young Fly and his.
First of all, Azealia Banks, you're a piece of trash, bro. I cannot believe.
Oh, she is trash.
But you know what? But you know what?
I've never seen nothing like that before in my life.
When you
That's
read what
horrible.
she
Who's the one
said,
who made her cry? Charlamagne? Who's the one who made
no,
her
I think
cry?
it might have been DC Young Fly actually.
Was it?
On the okay,
and now that-
okay, no, can you not?
And that would make sense.
Don't do that.
Oh boy.
I think it was he had to have been one of them. One of the crew members of. Okay, we're gonna have to cut this out because this is like not even cool. See, she was waiting in the cut for a moment. Damn it, this is not good. This is not good.
Let me tell you something.
This is not good.
Let me tell you something. Azealia Banks is still going to hell, but do you know how much darkness you need to have in your heart to wait?
She worships
someone
cats
to
and stuff
die?
and
Are you
kills and
surprised about
sacrifices
This
cats.
girl is on some more.
She is absolutely crazy. Like, she's nuts.
She's been saying wild things for a long time.
She's
No,
been
but also,
doing
we
crazy
also need
things.
to outlaw the mommy makeover. It's too much.
Well, I was gonna say because we have a woman again.
Liposuction and a tummy tuck one time, right? And breast augmentation.
I didn't hear that the mommy makeover involved the BBL, but apparently it does. I
think she was trying to get.
She was getting a bunch of stuff done at once.
One night.
But why?
You want to know?
Why all at one time?
Because
why
it's
are
only
they
cheaper. And you get it all done at once, and you get to look pre-pregnancy.
Because I used to think the mommy makeover was losing like your mommy weight, like the weight that you gain while having the child. But I'm hearing it's the whole thing, like it's a snatch up thing.
Yeah, it's a bunch of okay. I got a list. I don't know how accurate it is. It says a mommy makeover typically includes abdomen and breast augmentation, breast lift, breast reduction, tummy tuck, buttocks augmentation, which I guess would be that liposuction, arm lift, and thigh lift.
And they're doing that all at the same time?
Yeah, it's 1%.
Because it's like go under once. And the thing is, she wasn't fully healed from the pregnancy either.
Oh, that's
This is ridiculous.
It's just too much.
You want to know?
Sounds like too much.
You want to know what's even? You want to know what's even worse?
I've seen women on BBLs, like just the BBL, man,
and
they're
they're
done, cooked up.
Of course, yes, exactly.
Yeah. So they did all that one time.
It's ridiculous.
And then after giving birth,
After giving birth, yeah, she wasn't even fully. It was weeks
that's
after.
a lot on the.
Now,
body.
to be clear, I'm not blaming the doctor because this is the thing. I think everybody wants to blame the doctor. I'm shooting the doctor bill. Like I'm assuming everything was followed. I'm assuming he did because you do your pre-op.
Blood test.
They tested her heart.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everything came out clear. I don't think
He probably even. I want to say he could have even warned her. It's possible that he could have.
No, because if he thought he was gonna,
then he might have just not.
Do you know that if you're a certain weight, they won't even do lipo on you because they don't think your heart can take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the doctors are very, very stringent, especially when I heard. And then this is no disrespect to other countries, but if I heard that she had gotten on a jet plane
to somewhere else, then you would know that the status is different.
Florida.
Yeah, Miami,
And
the capital.
Bro,
the capital.
Florida's where everything's going. They're not
what,
taking no chances out there because that's where everybody's
everyone
coming.
with money
They're pulling
goes,
the business from LA because in Florida is where the guys who have an aptitude for women with curves and stuff are.
Yeah.
So they shape you better because it's an art, It's
absolutely.
And then later we're doing the suck up, snatch up thing. You get me?
Yeah.
So shooting bill to the doctor. I'm assuming she passed all her pre-op tests fine. Mm-hmm. But what was she? 32?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
But you guys said that she wasn't fully healed from her pregnancy. So
Well, I mean, yeah, because
I
I
think, bro. I think she had just given birth. Though.
So how is that not a red flag for the doctor to be like, well, you know what? You just.
But maybe she passed all the tests, statistically speaking, and
her
not.
heart rate's good, her blood was good. You never know.
Yeah. No. Here's the thing.
I don't know.
Here's the thing that I want to.
Doesn't make sense.
That I want to read you. That's even worse.
DC trying to have that conversation. Yo, mommy going to Florida, and then now to the young kid because he's young ones. Right?
I know they live.
And you're trying to tell them their mom's not coming back.
You know what's worse
you
about
open your
this?
phone and Azalea Banks is going absolutely berserk. Azalea Banks going to hell, bro. I've never seen that like that before in my life.
Yeah,
she tried to say it was karma, right?
Yeah, she was saying it was karma for making her cry on a TV show. Like,
and the man's and she knew the woman was dead.
Wow.
Yes, but that is very on brand for her. But what I was trying to say was
Free world. Say how you feel. Do what you want. There's no repercussions, no shame, right?
What I was trying to say was DC Young Fly actually was on a podcast, and they were actually talking about women and how their bodies are messed up after pregnancies.
That's
he was actually, they were like laughing and making fun of that. Now, granted, it was
a comedian, bro.
No, but not only that, it happened, it was recorded before this situation happened. But the fact that his mindset was that way, like I forget what they said, their stomach looks like, I don't know if it was like a bowl of spaghetti, something. It was something really disrespectful, which would speak to the fact of someone feeling like they need to get some type of surgery.
I'm not putting that on him.
I can't put that on him either. He's a comedian.
I'm not doing that.
They're comedians will make fun of themselves.
You know what I'm saying? That's his woman. I'm assuming that when she came home and she's like, oh, he's like, no, you look amazing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I mean, she's giving birth to his children, right? Mature men understand that there is obviously bringing a human being into this world.
No, but I think
you're not snapping back.
Are you
in
saying
a month.
that it's a joke for him because he's a comedian? But could she take that internally?
Because Jackie O was a comedian, right?
Is she? Like,
she was on Wild 'N Out. I don't know. I don't know if she stands up like Dave Chappelle every night, but
I don't know. Some people take.
See, and one of the things they said was that men claim that women should get extensive surgery to regain their pre-pregnancy shape. And the thing about comedy is sometimes there's a lot of truth in comedy, but the point is, it's not to say that you can't make jokes, because of course you can make jokes. But if that's his mentality deep within his psyche, and that's something that he relayed to her in action and
How
speech and attitude and whatever it is, and then she goes and does that. It's like you have to be careful about the things that you speak. Like, if a woman feels like she needs to do that for herself, let it be because it was for herself, not because she feels like you're gonna look at her any less or make fun of her behind the scenes, or have these little snarky comments that men can do. Especially if you're a comedian, you can say a lot of things, you know what I mean, and it can be in jest and it can be funny, but when the cameras are not rolling,
she's by herself,
it's a little bit different. I just thought that was really unfortunate, and I don't even know why this podcast even aired this episode, and they had the audacity to send it? Yeah, it says, I think it was their podcast. I think it says this episode was previously recorded. We are sending our prayers to our brother and his family during this difficult time. They just shouldn't have even. They should have just pulled it.
The timing is off.
Cut out the segment. There's so many things you could have done.
The timing is so off.
Yeah, you just can't do that. You can't.
I would never.
Because that just speaks to something darker.
No disrespect. I just would never. That's not.
Never. Which part? Like joke about it? Or?
No, I would never.
Because you joked about it before, so it's like you can't go back in time.
Yeah, I already did it. That's fine. But now we taking that out.
Yeah, we can't put it out.
We put it out.
Forgot about it.
I thought this was a leaked or something. I didn't know it was like official.
You never forget that, like. You wouldn't forget, we joked about pregnancy. The man,
no, you're going to remember that. You're like, we need to double check that episode.
And you never know how comedians come up with their content, like in terms of how their life is and what they decide to use and how it comes up. So we don't know. That one little tidbit that he said could have been something that they had a 3-hour conversation about. Like, who knows? Like, it's impossible to know for sure. Amen. So, but yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. But praise up for their family.
There's got to be new, like you said, new updated regulations about women doing so much at once. And I really do think that the timing of after pregnancy, I think that should be taken way more seriously for the doctor. If he sees that it's been recent or
he knows,
or she hasn't been fully healed, I don't care if your heart rate and this and all.
He had to have done his due diligence, but
you just it's
because I would assume that she's going to a very reputable.
Exactly, especially
money. Money is not the issue.
To find a good doctor.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
He thought he had it. Honestly, it was probably even where other doctors said no, or it's risky, and this is like the best of the best, and he goes, "It's okay, I got it."
But
why can't we wait? Why couldn't he say let's
in
wait
North America, though, on a whole, we don't really take pregnancy as seriously as other countries. Like in Europe, women, it's 2 years off of
in some countries,
in Europe. I know France, for example, is one of them.
There you go.
Because based on research, right, and actually analyzing the woman's body, it takes her 2 years to fully. Remember, this is a human being. She's created a human being in her body, and she's given birth. It's not. It's not a 2 months. I'm back up and
America.
running.
But that's where we live today. Everybody wants to rush. The instant fix, pregnant, get it out. Oh, but food, everything instant. So look, now we're doing it to our bodies as if it's.
Yeah, it's not something to be played with.
McDonald's or whatever.
Every time a woman gives birth and she leaves the hospital and is healthy, that in and of itself is a miracle.
That's what them call it.
It's a miracle because there's women who die during childbirth. It's a lot on the body.
Especially black women.
So even though I think that the doctor probably did his or her due diligence, I think overall in North America, our due diligence is low.
It's just low, period. Yeah, from a baseline, terrible
Instant
baseline.
gratification.
Yeah. And there's something to look at too. Why is it that we are expecting women to look like pre-pregnancy after they've given birth?
That's the point that I was trying to get to.
Is that men doing that, or you think women are wanting
that? Men do it, absolutely. Because I said this to someone a few weeks ago. We have to be mindful of how we speak. Like even when we talk about, even when people talk about, like I'll see people say, "Oh, Nia Long, she's getting older," right?
Like
because people get older. Like if you didn't die, you get older.
No, for real. No, but honestly,
it's the most annoying. It's the most annoying thing ever.
She's in her 50s. Nia Long looks great.
Looking bad.
She looks amazing, right?
Looking
but
bad.
If you see a wrinkle, it's like, oh, she's getting older. Yeah, that's what people who live long
Brian.
do. There will be a
And
wrinkle.
she still look better than you 22-year-old.
So
I'm saying,
Get that straight.
I'm saying, but when we say those things, right, we have to understand that there's people that are hearing. And
that's true.
if there are people in your earshot that are your sisters or your mothers or your aunts or cousins, they hear those things.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
And they're internalizing that however they're internalizing that.
Exactly.
And then we turn around and then we say, oh, she got fillers and she got Botox and she got liposuction.
Yeah, because of young niggas.
Because, right?
Y'all said
right?
there's a 1-2 wrinkle here.
We have to be, and it's not just men, women also
Do it to each other.
Do it to each other.
100%.
We have to be very mindful of how we speak about each other, right? Growing older is a blessing. Being a mother is a blessing. And there are sometimes proof of that. There's proof of that. There's proof of being a mother. There's stretch marks. There's your body doesn't look the same. So I think the lesson here is to just give each other grace, right? And like it was mentioned, being her support system and her husband, letting her know that that's okay. It's okay if for a year
It's
you don't
okay to
look exactly
to
the way
take
I
your time.
take your time.
Let's go work out. Let's do this. Let's eat
sometimes
better.
the
Let's
jokes
drink this. Let's
gotta end.
this
Yeah.
other- And then if after
Especially if you know that there's already an insecurity there.
If you have a partner, you know that,
Yeah, be sensitive to that.
And some people don't even care about like who they date and stuff. Like, Bill Murray, 72 scooping up. My milkshake brings it up to the girlfriend. It's better than yours.
Okay, Kelis. Okay, Kelis.
Who is winning that exchange?
I don't know.
Is Bill Murray up or is like who?
You know what?
Who's
That's a
winning?
great
Now
Yo,
it's coming.
she's living. What is he?
Got yourself.
Yo, Nas is like.
I saw someone say, "Look at what Nas did. Look what Nas did." She's traumatized. Nas traumatized her.
What happened with her and Nas?
She said he don't pay.
They made an album
he
called Nigga
just
Together.
started paying child support. And all these things.
I
don't believe that. I don't believe
She
nothing
said
anymore.
he just started paying. She had to.
What court in the land is gonna make Nas only just start paying?
Yeah, like, come on, what is
we
this?
need to stop.
Yeah, we have to stop this.
Enough is
We
enough.
have to stop this. We do.
Nas walked into court and claimed he didn't have it. Like, what are we talking about?
Kelis said he just now.
Nah,
I don't believe it,
She-
man.
I don't
he
believe
was-
that one.
And then when he was paying like regular people child support, like
Right.
maybe
Yo,
Wildest guy
$800 a
owns
month
mass
or.
appeal. and shit.
So the child should get $30,000 a month. Like I don't know what's going
It's
on.
not even that, yo.
I'm just saying. I'm just playing.
But yeah,
But
them
we
two.
can't. We can't just keep believing every little thing that. Come on.
Well, I know they're hanging out, and she lives like a really like holistic
yeah, she
lifestyle.
does.
First of all, she looks amazing.
Yeah,
she does. She takes
and
care of
then
herself.
she owns like a farm, so
I think
she
she
like
might kill him.
that went really somewhere that I.
I think she might kill him.
Oh, you mean like she might kill him?
I've been
like
thinking about
He
it
has too
sometimes.
much energy.
Because he's
Yeah.
like
I'm thinking
89 years old.
No, I mean this. Yo,
He's 89 years old.
No, I'm gonna put it down. Like them sisters who drink herb tea and are in tune
Oh
with
my
themselves.
God.
Yeah, they really.
I can't lie, she has too much fun.
Yeah, it's true.
He's 89.
Kelis has a whole farm.
She's not.
Like
this is not Al
everything she
Pacino.
eats is from her
This is not Al
farm.
Pacino. This is not Robert De Niro.
Has a
They don't. There's not enough Italian in them to survive this.
He's straight American.
Straight up, his name is Murray. Bill don't have
There's no
enough.
Lopez. Or no, there's nothing in there.
Like
There's not
Gonzalez.
There's not
He's
enough color.
89 years old. man.
No, you
think he has enough?
72.
Okay, but
He's an old 72. Let's stop doing that with numbers.
what?
He doesn't have enough. He
Bill
doesn't have enough.
Murray
He doesn't have enough.
giving Kelis. I need to understand.
A riveting good time and
Real.
lots of jokes.
Probably great stories.
He's a real comedian.
Was he in the original Space Jam?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
You're
Yes,
too
he was.
old for her, then, damn it.
No.
We just finished talking about
He's
that
actually
age
the biggest
can't
club
be.
of all time. If I'm Bill Murray, I'm high fiving people.
No,
Like,
no. If I'm him, hell yeah.
But you know what? This is actually not surprising of Kelis. Kelis is weird.
Yes.
Is this a
She's
weird
off
choice?
the beaten path.
But maybe Bill's funny.
No, of course he is.
But like I mean, like real life funny.
He's
Like not like
making her-
stand up funny because Bill's been in
making her
LA. He goes to Laker game. Like he's cool.
And actually, Kelis lost a husband like a couple years ago.
What do we talk
She
about?
did?
she?
What?
Yeah, he passed. Kelis remarried after Nas.
Nas.
And her husband
I didn't know
passed, I think,
Passed.
He passed away.
Oh
from
my
cancer.
gosh.
No, it's just weird
It was just a
because
couple
you had
years
said
ago.
that she's gonna kill Bill
No,
Murray, and then you said
think
that. So that was
too much
like,
for him.
was
I think it's gonna be
whoa.
too much for him.
No, I understand. Yeah.
But how do we know they're together? Just because they're going to each other's shows and whatnot?
Bro.
Or-
They're definitely doing.
wait, you can't
they're
hang
doing
out? You
something.
can't hang out?
Hey, listen to me. Hey, you're a rapper.
Why can't people be
Nah,
taking
bro.
pictures together at somewhere? Does it have to mean that they're together or something?
It depends on the picture.
So that when Shaq is walking out the restaurant with
Brittany
Does that mean that
not
they're
Brittany,
together?
Brittany Renner. Wow.
Does that
Brittany
mean they're
Griner.
together?
It doesn't mean they're together, but it means they had a lot to talk about.
All right, so can we have a lot to talk about at dinner? It could be a good dinner.
What does Bill Murray and Kelis
Maybe he knows about farming. Maybe he grew up on a farm.
Basketball. He loves
He
basketball.
grew up on a farm.
He loves
Maybe like
basketball.
it's like, it's nostalgic vibes. He's helping her, tend to the stock and,
Promote her brand.
It could be. I realized the other day I've been cured of love. By the way, I don't know if anybody else is
Here
there.
we go.
Yeah, I'm almost
How are you
there.
feeling?
I'm almost close.
What does that mean?
I'm almost
Wait,
there.
be cured of love?
Wait, what is happening?
Means you're operating
You're still
without
not cured and you're now cured?
I'm cured of love. Yeah.
you don't require it any longer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of.
Oh, because you felt like you required it and now you officially don't require it.
Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and that's all I need.
And that's
Why are people laughing? I don't know why people are laughing.
Can you
I've just doubled down on who I am in my soul.
pass me a truly? Because I don't know what's happening. I mean,
I'm
love the Lord too,
of
but
the belief.
What about
I agree. I kind
You're not cured of love? Oh no. Well, sorry.
yeah. Like, how would that even make sense?
Love. I
Yeah,
love love.
yeah. It might be an unnecessary.
I just remember. I remember. There's a show that used to be called The Good Wife.
Oh, I love that show.
Mike Coulter is playing the drug dealer Lamont Bishop. His wife and him are getting a divorce. She's trying to get a bit of his drug money. He's just trying to give her the money from the laundromats, which was obviously wasn't the drug money.
No.
Right.
They start interrogating the son, the little boy. Mike says it's okay, it's enough. During a deposition, he looks at Alicia, who's his lawyer, and says, I think I've just been cured of love. The very next scene, the wife was dead. Now, I'm not Mike Coulter, cured of love, but I think that what he was talking about is there's a disbelief you'll have of what people who said they loved you will do if you believe that they loved you. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I need you to say
So
that. I
it's
need you
like,
to explain that.
You'll
'cause
look at
that's
somebody
good.
and say, yo, you said you loved me, so
Yeah.
I will assume a certain level and degree of darkness from you because you loved me. At some point, I'll expect you to pull your punches.
Yep.
That's what love makes you think, because love also makes you pull your punches.
Right.
When I say I've been cured of love, I've actually removed my belief. I take the shackles off everyone. I think everybody will hit you with the hardest punch they have in their arsenal if they're
believe that
desperate
too.
enough,
Yeah.
whether they love you or
That's
not.
what you mean.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. So I think I've been cured of love because I think I had a blind spot to the
Yes.
capacity of people.
Yeah.
Because I assumed that people that loved you would have restraint. There is no restraint.
But the thing is, no, there is, but but you've just come to a place where you're not even going to look for that
in people?
in people, because it does and this is speaking for someone who doesn't have it, but it does exist. No, because I have to preface that.
Who doesn't have what?
Yeah, like you don't have what?
I don't have this. I don't have this.
Capability of love?
No, I have the capability, but I don't have that in my life currently to say that I'm benefiting from a situation like that.
Like restraint or love? What are we talking about? You don't have the love. You're talking
I don't. Yeah, I don't have the. I don't have the
Okay.
love in a situation, but I can see.
Clearly, no.
I can see where you are, and I can see why it's best to not even look for it. Like, I know it exists, but also I understand your decision to say that statement that you made, because it does sound very, very final and very cold, but it is also from your experience, because at the end of the day, all you have is your experience. If you've had a negative experience,
books.
what can you do except
Film,
novellas.
well, yeah, I mean,
Bible.
documentary.
yeah, you've had a
Going
lot
to the
of
mall. I think the greatest, the author of Human Disappointment is
Jesus.
expectation.
It's not Jesus, but yes.
That's the
The author of Human Disappointment is expectation.
expectation.
Judas expected Jesus to be a certain way. He wasn't, so he changed the nature of his life.
Yeah.
Men expect something from their woman, she's not, so then they change the whole thing. Women expect something from a man, he's not, so then they change the whole thing.
Yeah,
expectation is the offer.
It is true that they say to have go into a lot of situations with zero expectation.
Yes.
Like there is something to that we forget because
But
we're
watch
selfish.
this. Expectation is human.
Oh, absolutely.
So then, that's why I say I've been cured of it, because knowing that expectation is the author of human disappointment, then that would suggest that to be disappointed is inherently human. There's something about it that has to exist within you.
Yeah.
So you have to do something. You have to do something, or you're in this cycle, maybe permanently, for an extended period of time. Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there because...
So we're supposed to expect disappointment.
No. And that's the beauty of it. I don't expect anything.
Yeah, exactly. Have zero expectations. Exactly.
Just respond. Just prepare and respond.
You're really supposed to have zero expectation for, and it that goes outside of
just
that
relationship.
of the
With
relationship.
everything.
It's really with really with everything.
I used to be at jobs. I expected that they would give me the time off.
I expected
Don't.
the promotion.
Because
Yeah,
when it doesn't happen, you won't
expected
get
the
disappointed.
raise.
I
I expected that they would see my value.
Yes.
I expected that I'd get credit for this.
I would
I
expect.
expected that they would understand why I was late today.
Yeah.
Yep.
I expected
Yep.
For what though?
Nobody owes you anything.
Expectation is the author of human disappointment.
And the less you expect from people, the more that leaves more room for them to surprise you for the things that you truly deep really want from them.
It's better to be
You're not
surprised.
supposed
It's
to,
better to be surprised.
Like it's like what was the example? It's like not expecting things, like not expecting someone's loyalty because you know that it's human nature, and then that person turns out to be your most loyal person that you've ever met. It's like you don't have that expectation, so that be that as it may, whatever happens literally happens. Be like the water. Like the water has ebbs and flows. You flow with the flow of the water instead of trying to go the opposite direction and then you end up drowning. Like against the current, against the grain. What's the point? Just lower your expectation. Even, let's stuff we talk
Again, I want to be clear because it's not okay. It is easier for me to handle. I expect a lot of myself. But that's because I can handle it when I disappoint
because you can control yourself.
It is harder when other people disappoint me.
Yes.
Because I don't even know if they meant that or not. You know what I'm saying? I know when I disappoint me, I didn't try and do this. This was all of us.
Or you know why, and you can mathematically
so
see where you
it's easier for
went
me to
wrong.
handle disappointing myself. When you disappoint me,
That's where it's.
I give up so much power because now it's up to you to try and give me enough information for me to understand the reason for this disappointment.
And that might not even be enough information.
And if you don't have the information, then no, we're at a standstill. We're at a stalemate.
Yeah.
It's hard. So this is why I say what I say.
No, I understood.
There's nothing
No,
wrong.
we have a woman in the house. What do you
nothing
think?
wrong
What do you think of it? It's heavy what he's saying, but
I mean, it is heavy. I think of Snoop Dogg. No, it was DMX actually who said, "I trust people to
Be a snake.
be who they are, right? So you can trust, but trust people to be who they are, who they say they are." And I think that just that one line made
Speaks
me,
volumes.
and it made me think and look at people differently, because that's really what it is that disappoints us, is that we don't believe people
When they tell you who they
when
are.
they exactly.
and to show you.
And they show you, because every time I've been disappointed, like when I think of off the top of my head, disappointments in my life, I should have actually expected that,
100%.
Yeah.
because I was shown that, like there's nothing,
yes,
there's nothing different about what this
indicated,
person
yeah.
is telling me or showing me than day one or day two or day three.
Wow.
But I wanted to see
Them in a different light.
in a different light. I believed in them. I can see you through that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that savior mentality. I can save you from yourself. Right? And we place what we see, like if I see something in you, I place that on you. But what if you don't see that in yourself? What if you're not even trying to be that? Right? That's too much
if you're not trying to be
responsibility
that?
I've given that person.
Yeah.
Right? So every single time I've been disappointed, it shouldn't have been a shock. And I'll look back and I'll think, who am I mad at though?
Jeez.
Exactly. You were mad at
I'm mad at myself
expectations
for
that
not
you had.
listening to them
Mad at
the
me.
first day when they told me I'm
that-
like this.
Yeah.
Or this is my experience, or that's how I reacted in a situation. You're gonna act. I remember there was one time I had a friend, we're no longer friends anymore, but I remember she said to me, Monique, I'm a bitch, eh?
Yeah, and you just laughed.
Oh, no, you're not, girl.
You my bitch. You my bitch.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
And she's like, no, but I am.
Like, for real.
Not to me.
And then, because I thought, but what about me?
Yeah.
And then a couple years later,
See it there?
she showed me, Monique.
they will show you.
Time and time
bitch.
again.
They
Time and
will
time
show
again.
you.
I'm that.
Yo, they will
bitch.
show you.
Right?
They'll show you unapologetically.
They will show you.
Yeah.
Because
5
it's just
years, 10
inherently.
years.
yeah.
And then
3
I
weeks,
had
doesn't
to
matter
look
what.
in. Who am I mad at? She told me that. And I thought, oh, well, you're not really as close to that person as you are
You
to
start
me.
giving
Right?
justifications why. they
And
did
I
it
thought
to
I was
others.
special.
Yeah.
You're not special.
No, you're not special. We all the same.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
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 Yo, guys, this
Yeah. No, before we end off, I want to do
yeah.
that thing we do, the list.
You always wanna do the
now
list.
I want to do the list
wanna
because
see
now
what
we have a
women
woman
think.
here. So
Okay.
we did in a couple episodes. This guy who's compiling this list of all the women's qualms that they come up and ask. As a man, why are you this? Or as a man, why are you that? So I'm gonna read a couple of these, and these are all real tweets from real people.
Okay.
The real women that have said this, and then this guy will just add it to this master list. There's like 600 now. Yeah, we're almost at the end. Number 32 is be creative. Number 33, order Starbucks. Can't order Starbucks. Number 34, drink pink lemonade.
I drink pink lemonade.
It actually tastes so good.
Yeah, like, what we talking about? Who's
30,
that?
35, sleep on your stomach.
No, I don't do that.
I sleep on my stomach. I can't lie. I can't sleep unless I'm on my stomach.
Sleep on your stomach?
I'm defending it now. If I'm in my bed,
yeah.
I'm a stomach sleeper.
But do you like put yourself like I'm gonna sleep on my stomach, or you just end up on your stomach and you're like, oh shit.
Right. Is that your initial position?
Cause
That's
or
what happened.
you go into the stomach.
No, listen to me.
Yo,
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I will be sitting up. Oh man. Okay.
No way.
So here's what I've been told. Because obviously I've shared a bed before. Here's what I've
Yeah.
been told. If I'm up and we're talking,
yeah.
ha ha ha, kiki.
Yeah.
They'll say, as soon as you turn on your stomach, I know it's lights
It's
out.
done.
Oh shit.
It's done.
So I don't get into bed on my stomach. But
Okay,
like,
but you
my body is.
But are you awake when you go to your stomach first?
When I go to my stomach, I'm awake, but I don't remember falling asleep. That's how much lights out it is.
Shit.
My
So
body
then
knows. Oh,
you're
stomach
really
time?
done for the night.
I'm like
once you do
I'm
that.
like a toddler. Tummy time is
Does your feet do this when you're lying on your stomach?
Does that dangle?
No, like like a little.
No, but I think I cross. Like I.
Oh shit. Wow. Speaking of that, 36 is take naps. You can't take naps, sorry.
I don't take naps.
37, burn scented candles.
I burn-
As a
Whoa.
man, you can't burn scented candles.
oh, she's a.
What?
Of course, I do.
38,
Sorry. Bad vibes. That's someone who doesn't believe in
exactly.
Take it out.
You can't eat cereal.
I just ate cereal yesterday. Frosted Flakes, my favorite.
Frosted Flakes is definitely on the list. Don't.
30, it
Why?
could be.
What's
39, have a birthday in the springtime.
What?
What are we?
And this one is interesting. Number 40, work a 9 to 5.
What? That's
But that goes because that was part of the bigger conversation of every woman thinking that they can be with an entrepreneur and that they can handle
that's
the
not
lifestyle.
realistic.
Women don't want to be with an entrepreneur. Women
They do
want to
not.
be with women want to be with money.
Yeah, they need to stop. Yeah, they gotta.
that's
They gotta stop
Women want
that.
to be with money, bro.
Yeah.
Let's tell the
Yeah,
truth.
but-
you don't want to be with a guy growing his business.
No.
Yeah.
You want to be with a guy who's spending the money of his business.
Yeah, on you.
Come on.
Yeah.
And not spend too much time with the business.
Bro,
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
don't.
Yeah, there's so many caveats. There's so many different
Don't
ways.
be busy with the business.
No.
has a woman ever been giving you hints about a vacation she wants to take?
Yes.
That's not anyway.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's that. I think that's all we got. That's all we got because we
And
can
you
go
guys
on
remember
forever.
episode 50, part 1.
And congrats.
Oh yeah,
Congrats. 50 episodes.
We did it. And to 300 more. Kapawi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and watching. You might want to sit down for this, and especially
Thank you for allowing us to have a woman on an episode. We would love to know what you think. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you want to see more of it? Do you want to see none of it? Whatever your questions, comments, and feelings are, please let us know on the Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere else you find us. Thank you, and get ready for more, because we just getting...